Hello everybody. So as you see today we are going to have an English test for the common course students. So before we start, I'm sorry, I'm Bohemdi Abdila, an English teacher as you see, okay? So the test we're going to see now, we're going to tackle two things. We're going to talk about the comprehension, which means you read the text and you answer the questions which are going to be given there. And also we're going to talk about the structure, grammar, vocabulary, and also we're going to talk about functions here. So all these things are included in language. And of course at the end, in the end we're going to talk about, your production, how to write a paragraph. We're going to see how we can do it, okay? Now let's start. First of all, the text is here as you see. So we are going to read this text and we are going to answer these questions. So as I said, so the first question, you are going to read the text, answer this question just from the text. So all these questions, you are going to answer them from the text. Okay, so A, as I said, answer these questions from the text again. Now second one, B, which means we have some statements here. So we are going to tell us whether they are true or false. And you say why. So true, why? False, why? That's what you mean by justify. Which means you have to use your justification. And the last, number 3, what do the underlined word in the text? So these words are underlined, which means there is a line under them in the text. They are going to tell me what do they refer to, which means they replace what. Okay, again we have, the last one we're going to talk about the synonym. We're going to find words which means the same as. I talk about the synonyms. Yeah, the same as these words. So we have expensive and nervous, and we're going to see them. Again, we move to the language. We're going to use here tenses. We're going to talk about these things. You have some verbs. You have to conjugate them according to the situation in which they are put. Clear? Again, we have choose the correct answer. So we have some words, and you are going to choose or to pick the correct one, and they put it there so as to make a correct and good sentence. Clear? Again, we have the last one. What do they express? Which means here we talk about function. So here we have some statements. So for example, if I say the first sentence, so what do I refer to? What do I mean? What do I want to express? And of course, we move to the writing. You are going to write so simply a short paragraph, starting with the word given. And we're going to see the thing we should know so as to write a clear and correct paragraph. Okay, so let's start from the first one. Okay, we're going to read the text first, and we're going to see it all together and try to do it. Okay, now let's start first with reading the text. Okay, so, hi, my name is Bud, and I'm from Casa. Last night, after I had dinner, I went to bed early. It was about 9. I didn't sleep because I had a problem. Reda, an old friend of mine, asked me to buy him a new mobile phone, but he didn't give me money. I bought one with my money, and it was pricey. Reda took the mobile phone from me, but he didn't give me the money, so I got worried. About 11 o'clock, someone knocked at the door, and I opened. Reda was there in front of me with the money in his hand. He thanked me and went away. I was happy, so I put the money beside my bed, and I went to sleep tranquilly. What a hard situation. So that was the text. Now let's answer the question now. Okay, so the first question says, when did butter go to bed? Okay, so the first thing that we should know here is when. When. Why do we use when? We use it to talk about what? It's a question word that we use to talk about time. When. Okay? And we are going to see also what. What we use it to talk about object. Now let's talk about the first one. When did butter... Yeah? So we have the word here. Sorry. So when did butter go to bed? So if you go back to the text, we're going to have it here. Okay, last night, after I had dinner, last night, after I had dinner, I went to bed. It was about 9 o'clock. So this is the answer. We can say, so butter went to bed after he had dinner. It was about 9 o'clock. You can use one of the things which we can have here. So, in your paper, so we can write it here. So, after he had dinner, at about mine. Okay, that's what we have concerning the first one. Now let's talk about the second one. What was Reda's problem? So we know that Reda has a problem. We saw it in the text. Clear? Okay. So Reda had a problem, and he said this. Okay, because I had a problem. So what was his problem? That's what we're going to see, and that's the question which you should answer. Okay, so his problem is, now if you go on reading, Reda, an old friend of mine, asked me to buy him a new mobile, but he didn't give me money. Yes, he didn't give me the money, so I bought one with my money, and it was pricey. Reda took the mobile phone from me, but he didn't give me money, so I got worried, which means here, this is the word which shows that he had a problem. Okay, so if you want to put it in short, so we can say that, too simply, Reda bought a mobile phone to his friend by his money, but his friend didn't give him money, and that was his problem. Okay, so we can write it here. So we can say, Reda, that's the problem, okay? So Reda bought a mobile phone for his friend, but his friend didn't give him money, too simply. Okay, that was his problem, if you want. Clear? Okay, so the first one we answered it, and now we have the second. Now let's move to the second question. Are these statements true or false? Yeah, we're going to say first true or false, then we're going to justify why is it true and why is it false. So the first sentence says, first statement, Badr wanted Reda to buy him a mobile phone. True or false? Okay, let's go back here. Okay. Yes, my name is Badr. Yeah, I'm from Casa, etc. Okay, so Reda, an old friend of mine, asked me to buy him. So me refers to whom? To Badr, which means it's not Badr, it's not Reda, Badr it's not Reda who bought the phone, but it's Badr who bought the phone. And here we're going to say, that the statement is false. We're going to write it here. It's not Badr who wanted Reda to buy him the phone, but we're going to have it's Reda who wanted. Yes, it's Reda who wanted Badr to buy him a phone or a mobile phone. Clear? So here we say why, true or false, and here we justify. The same thing here, the mobile phone was cheap. Cheap, which means it doesn't cost a lot of money. So if you go back here to the text again, if you go here, okay, so I bought one with my money and it was pricey. We have price, we have the word price. So here we say that it's not cheap, but it's expensive. Okay, so we're going to say here false, and the answer we say it's or it was pricey. Sorry, yeah. It was pricey, which means it was expensive. Clear? Now let's move to the last one. What do the underlined word refer to? So we have him, which means we're going to go back to the text and we're going to see these words again. Yeah, we have the word him and we have one. So him refers to what? Him replaces what? And we know that him can replace a person. Yeah, male or female, we don't care about that, but it's a person. So if you go back here, we're going to start from the sentence that comes before it. Reda, an old friend of mine, asked me, yes, which means Badr, asked me to buy him. Him, according to you, refers to what? Reda or Badr? Yeah, of course, it refers to Reda. That's it. Yes, and asked me to buy him, which means Reda asked me to buy him. So which means, if you go back here, so him refers to رضا تساوي. Now one again, we have the word one. Yes, I bought one. So he asked me to buy him. He asked me to buy him a new mobile phone, but he didn't give me the money. I bought one. One refers to what? It refers to object here. So which object are we talking about, and which object we didn't want to repeat in the sentence that comes after? Of course, we have just one object here. It's mobile phone. So mobile phone refers to one. If you want to check it, we can say I bought a mobile phone with. Yeah, I bought one, or I bought a mobile, which means one refers. Yeah, which means one refers to mobile phone. Okay, now let's go down. Find the text word which means the same as, which means here we talk about, synonyms. Which means you go to the text and you find word which mean the same like expensive, the same as expensive, and the same as nervous. So here we have the paragraph where you can find these things. Okay, both of them are in the first paragraph. Now let's go back and we see these things. Okay, yeah, the first paragraph, which means we're going to find them here. So the first one says expensive. I think we talked about the word. Where is it? Yeah, it's here, expensive. So pricey means expensive. Okay, and if you go again, we're going to stay in the same paragraph, and we're going to find the word that goes with nervous. Now, if you go on, now let's start from here. Reda took the mobile phone from me, but he didn't give me money. So of course you pay for someone and he didn't give you money. So how are you going to feel? You are going to feel, yes, worried or nervous, which means, so the word again here, worried means nervous. Okay, now we're going to go back here, sorry, and we're going to write it down, sorry, here. So for expensive we say pricey. Yeah, by the way, we can write it with E or without E. And again, we have the word nervous. We say worried. Okay, so here we have two words if you want. Yes, sorry. Pricey. Yeah, and here we have, sorry, what is it? Yeah. Okay, and here we said that we have worried. Fair? So that was, the comprehension task. Now let's move to language. Language, as you see, as I said, we have three kind of exercises. So the first one concerns tenses. So you know that if you want to use a verb in a sentence, we have to conjugate it according to the situation where it is put. Okay? So to show this, we have some word which to do these things. So we have some word or expression that shows us when we should, or in which tense we should use this verb. So that's what we call, or these expressions and verb, we call them time expression too simply. So all the sentences here, or in all the sentences here, we have a time expression which shows and helps us find the correct tense of the verb. Yeah? Let's talk about the first one. At this moment, the children, the verb to watch a nice film. So the time expression, what is it? Yes, correct. At this moment. So this expression shows when the action takes place. Okay? So at this moment, according to what you have read in the class, or you have seen in the class, so it shows that something or an action that is taking place at this moment, now. So when we talk about now, we talk about the present continuous. And of course, we're going to conjugate the verb in the present continuous. And we're going to say, yes, the children, it's the plural, so we're going to use are, sorry. Yeah, are, and we use the verb plus ing. Are watching. The children are watching a nice film. Okay, the second sentence again, the time expression which we have here, we have yesterday. So yesterday, we use it to talk about an action which took place in the past, not now, before now. And that's what we call simple past. So we know that we have two kinds of verbs, regular and irregular verbs, and that's what we saw in the first lesson, or the previous lesson. So go, it's irregular, and if you want to do it, we're not going to add ed, but we're going to check it or to pick it from the list. So according to the list, if you want to use the verb to go in the past, so too simply, we change it to went. Okay? Yeah, Amina went to Casablanca when yesterday. Clear? Okay. The last one, we travel to Tangier next summer holiday. So the time expression again, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's right. Okay, you're right. It's next summer. So it's not now, it's not before now, but it's after now, which means it's the future. Okay, so if you want to use the future, we have two ways to use it. You know that we can use be going to plus verb, yeah, or we can just simply use will. Clear? Let's take them both of them. Let's take them both. Sorry. So we use we will travel, or we are going to travel. We can also say we are traveling. It's also correct. Yeah, we can have this one, or we can also say we are traveling. Okay, so we have three possibilities and all of them are correct. So we use these tenses because of these words and expressions, and that's what we call the time expression. So they are necessary to know the tense, or to choose the tense in which we want to conjugate the verb. Okay, now let's move again to the second part. So here we have, it's an exercise in which we are going to choose the correct word. So it can be, I don't know, conjunction, it can be an adverb, it can be pronounced according to what we have here. So here we have conjunctions, linking word. Here again we have, it's not verb to show the quantity, etc. Yeah, the quantity or the number. And here we have pronouns. They can be personal pronouns, object pronouns, or subject pronouns. It depends on the situation which we have. Okay, now let's talk about the first one. We respect Ayman. He is helpful. Okay, so we have so. You know that so we use it for when we want to introduce an effect, because when we want to introduce a cause, and but when we want to contrast two things. Okay? Okay, so we respect Ayman. He is helpful. So this is the consequence of this one. This is the effect. So if you want to ask why do we respect Ayman? We respect him because he is helpful. So this one is the cause, so that's why we're going to choose this word. Okay? Because we have here a cause. Okay, so whenever we have a cause, so we're going to use because to simply. Is it clear? Okay, let's go to the second one. There are trees in this garden. There are only three. Okay? There are trees in this garden. There are only three. Which means here we talk about a little, a few, or much. So here we talk about quantifiers, which means we're going to see whether we're talking about countable nouns or uncountable nouns, which means we're going to talk about quantity or amount. Okay. So after the blank we have the word trees. It's countable. Which means we can count it. We can say 1 tree, 2 tree, 2 trees, etc. Okay? So in this case, we're talking about number. So which one do we use to talk about number? Okay, let's talk about the first one. Little. Now, you know that we use it when we have uncountable nouns. Yeah? Okay. We use it also in the affirmative. Yes. A few, we use it with countable nouns, and we use it also in the affirmative form. Much, we use it with uncountable nouns, yeah, but we use in the negative and interrogative form. Okay, so in this sentence we don't have interrogative form, we don't have negative form, so this one is excluded. So here we use for affirmative, yeah, both the sentence is in the affirmative form, which means both we can use them in the affirmative. But here, so few is followed by countable nouns, and the little is followed by uncountable noun. And after the blank, what do we have? We have countable noun, which means we're going to use a few to simply. Okay? Okay, let's talk about the last one. Sarah is showing. So do we say me? Do we say I? Do we say my? Her photo album. Okay, which means what do we mean here? Subject, verb, and we need an object. So the object, the word which we use for objects, let's talk about the one which we cannot use. I, it's subject, it comes always before the verb. Now here it's after the verb. It's clear? My, we need a noun. Yeah, it's determinant, so we need a noun. We don't have any noun, so we're going to call this one. And me, it's the object, and that's what we call object pronoun. We say, he or Sarah showed me her photo album. Okay, Let's move again. Here we talk about expressions, function. Okay, so why do we use these sentences? What do we want to express? What do we want to do or to ask people to do? Okay, so look at the first sentence. So the thing that's what we're going to talk about, we have request, you know it, when you ask for a favor. Opinion, when you give your point of view. Suggest, when you propose something. And make an offer, when you offer someone something and then help with something else. Clear? Okay, let's see which one refers to which one. Clear? Okay, so the first one we have, would you help me do this, please? Okay, when we see the word please, what comes to your mind? That someone is asking us for something in a polite way. I think that's what we have. So we have the expression would you, just here. Yeah, would you please? So when we have would you please, of course we use it to express a request. So number one is A. Okay, would you please? We can change it. Can you please? Okay, can you please? Would you please? Could you please? Etc. Please, can you? We can change the place of please. You know that we can use it before. We can use it sometimes here, and some we have it as it is here. Okay, next. Let's watch a film, an action film. Let's, which means let us. Okay? So here what do we feel? It's not request. It's not opinion. Do we offer something? No, but we suggest, we propose, which means what about? What about watching a film? So here we talk about a suggestion, and we know it because we have this expression, this verb, okay? And we use see, suggestion. And the last one, for me, they are the best. Okay, for me. I'm talking about myself, for me. It's not about you, but it's about me, which means I give what? I give my opinion. Yeah, so that's my point of view. Is it clear? So, for me, we use it to express what? To express to simply opinion, and we use me. I think now, we can change that. For me, we can also say, I think, in my point of view, as I say it, we have a lot of expressions that we can use so as to talk about opinion. And the same thing for let's, we can also say, shall we? What about? How about? Okay? Or I suggest, we can also use it. The same thing, I think we talked about it. Would you please? We can also say, can you please? Will you please? Etc. So the expression that we can use so as to replace this expression. Okay. Now that was about language. Now let's move to writing. Okay. Now before we start, now look at the question, finish this paragraph, which means what you are going to do now, you are going to write a paragraph. You know what are the elements of paragraph? Do you know if you want a paragraph to be correct, what you should know, what you should put? Okay, that's what we are going to see today. Okay, now, here, let's go back. Okay, so to write a paragraph, we need certain elements. Normally we need 4 elements. So the elements, this element, we need these elements. So these elements, the first one we have what we call topic sentence. Okay, the second one, we need supporting sentences. Sorry. And the last one, not the last one, the third one, we need linking words, but I'm going to explain these things. And of course, the last one, we need concluding sentence. Okay, so topic sentence, so these are the most important things. So as a teacher, if I want to correct a paragraph, I need to see, or I have to see these things. Yeah, for me, so they are obligatory, which means without these things, your paragraph is not a paragraph. We should respect these things and you should put them there. Okay, let's talk about the first one. Topic sentence. Topic sentence, most of the time comes in the first part. Comes in the beginning. Most of the time, I say. Not always, but just most of the time. Clear? Okay, so we have it in the first paragraph, in the first place. So what does it do? It summarizes the paragraph to simply. So this sentence, when you read it, you understand what the paragraph is. It's enough to understand the paragraph. Clear? Okay, topic sentence. The first sentence we start with, or the sentence which summarizes the whole paragraph we are going to write. So this sentence, now when we have it, so of course we have to clarify it, we have to make it clear, we have to develop it. So what do we need? We need some examples, we need some ideas that clarify it. So these ideas we call them supporting sentences. So these are the sentences we use so as to clarify this sentence. Okay, so when I put these sentences here, for example, 3 or 4 sentences, yeah, of course I don't leave them like that. I have to link them. I have to join them together. So if you want to join them, we're going to use what we use, the linking words, which means we're going to link them using one of the linking words, which you know we have a lot. Let's say we can have because, we can have then, first, second, after that, finally, yeah, moreover, but. So these are statements, or these are words that we can use so as to link or to join sentences. And the last one, concluding sentence, it's not very, very necessary. Yeah? But it's not very, why? Because it's the same, it's like the topic sentence. We just write it another way. It also summarizes the sentence. That's what we have. So the most important thing to have a good paragraph are topic sentence, supporting sentences, linking word, and if you want, we can add the concluding sentence. Okay? And I said the concluding sentence re-summarize what we have in the text. So that's briefly, these are the most important elements to have in a paragraph so as to be, good and clear. Okay, let's go back now to our paragraph. So our paragraph starts with yesterday. We have to finish it. Yesterday. Which means, so the topic sentence here is as if you want to say, what did you do yesterday? Can you talk to us about yesterday? Your yesterday if you want. Clear? Okay, so here what you are going to do, let's go back here. Okay, I'm going to clean this text, sorry, so as to have space. Yeah, we said that we have first to find the topic sentence. Okay, topic sentence, we have it. Sorry. Yeah. So that's the first one, topic sentence. And we say it's not a sentence, but let's say, what did you do if you want? We feel it, even though we don't have it. So what did you do yesterday? Now suppose this is the question, let's take it between us. Okay, now if you want to do this paragraph, we're going to answer this question. So what did you do yesterday? Okay, so here we're going to come with certain sentences that show what we do. Okay, so, or show what we did, sorry. So these what we call supporting sentences. Okay, we can have many. Let's take just 4. Now first of all we can say, for example, we can say, I don't know, you can say got up. I got up. Yeah. And the second one we can say, I don't know, I revised my lessons. Yeah. I revised my lessons. Again we can also say, I surfed the net, when we know that we are in the confinement, in the lockdown. So which means we cannot go outside our house, we have to stay there, so we can do a lot of things. Okay, so we said that I surfed net. Yeah, I surfed the net, sorry. Yes, again we can also say, I chatted with my friends. Yeah, I chatted with my friends, or just friends, it depends. Again, we can also have, another statement. So these are ideas that come to my mind to talk about what I did yesterday. Okay, for example, we can also say play. I played some computer games. Again, we can also have, yeah, we know we are in Ramadan. Let's say, why not? Yeah, I broke the fast. Yeah, of course, with your family, at home, with my family. Yeah, and if you want, we can stop here. We can say, and I went to sleep, and I went to bed. Okay, you can give time if you want. So these are some ideas that come to my mind. Okay, and they want to join them. So these are, as I said, topics and to have it there. We're going to start with yesterday. These are the, supporting sentences. Now let's talk about what we call the linking words. Okay, so the linking words, we said, as I said, we have a lot of linking words. Okay, so topic sentence, supporting sentences. Now the linking words. Since we're talking about something that happened to us, which means we're going to talk about sequencing. We're going to use the sequence, which means we're going to organize these ideas, which one comes first, which comes second, third, etc. So to do this, we need, I don't know, we can say then, yeah, sorry. Yes, we can say then, we can say after that. We can also say next, finally. Yeah, so these are some expressions that we can use. We have others. First, next, second, if you want, etc. So here we have a lot of, a lot of linking word that we can use in this paragraph so as to make it true. So we're going to write our paragraph all together now. As you know, so that's the word if you remember. So the supporting sentence, I got up, I revised my lessons, I surfed the net, I chatted with my friend, I played some computer games, I broke the fast with my family, and I went to bed. Okay, so if you want, you can arrange them according to what you want, and you can, if you want, you don't need to write them all. But if you want, it's okay. So let's go back and we're going to write our paragraph. Yeah? So, yesterday. So, we're going to start. I got up. After getting up, what do you do? And I revised my lessons. We know that we are not on holiday. Yeah? Let's say we can say lessons. Why not? Okay? We can use it here. Okay, here the sentence, the first idea is there. Yeah, we use semicolon. We can also use a full stop, it's also correct. Then, which means after that, then what did you do? I surfed the net. I surfed the net. Yeah, I surfed the net and I chatted, of course. Yeah, I chatted with my friends. Okay, here we can use full stop if you want. Okay, I also, yeah, we can use another word, so it's another expression. Okay, another conjunction. Linking word if you want. Sorry, it's a linking word. So I also, what did I do? I also played. Yeah? What did I play? Some computer games. Some computer games. Okay. After that, what did I do? I broke the fast. We are in Ramadan. I broke the fast. Of course, not alone, but with my family. Yeah, I broke the fast with my family. And here full stop, and we put finally I went to bed. You can precise when? At about midday. You know what is midday? Oh, sorry, midnight. It's not midday, but it's midnight. Yeah, I went to bed. Okay, so this is our paragraph. If you want, we can, we're going to to see what do we have here. So yesterday we said the first sentence is I get, so I get up, that's the first one. I revised my lessons, okay, revised it, I revised, so I changed the color. Yes, so I revised my lessons. Here we have I surfed the net and I chat with my friends. Okay. Again we have I played some computer games. Okay. Yes. So here we have that, Yes, I broke the fast with my family. Yes, I went to bed. Okay, so these are the statements which we can have. Yeah, I think it's clear. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's talk about something else. We're going to see the linking word which we use. So this is topic sentence, supporting sentences. Now let's talk about the linking words. So we have the word then. Yeah, we have also. And we have after that. And finally. So these are the linking words. So I didn't want to write the concluding sentence. I think it's enough. Now, if you read it, it makes sense. Yesterday, I got up and I revised my lessons. Then I surfed the net and I chatted. Sorry, I have a T here. Yeah, I chatted with my friends. I also played some computer games. After that, I broke the fast with my family. Finally, at about midnight, I went to bed. I think that's all we have. Okay, that's all for now. And I hope it was interesting. And remember that we are not on holiday, you have to work hard. So thank you again for your attention and see you next time. Yes, thank you. Bye.